Okay, it's 2:02. Our meeting is supposed to start at 2 o'clock. Let's see who comes. Ellen, this is our working session, number 2 for 5 Thursdays to Cambridge. Okay, so it's continuing your exploration of what is meetings. Okay, so this is a work meeting where I have other different kinds of meetings. Some are business development meetings, some are learning and development meetings. We call it L&D. Business development, we call it BD. Okay, and this one, I suppose, is a work meeting, work session. Okay, and there are specific tasks, and then when we go into a work session, we will look at all the work that everyone is supposed to do, and then when we come around to it, we will have what we call review points. Okay. Hi, Tasha.
Hi, Natasha.
Yeah, Natasha, so I've already started the recording. Jean is just finishing some of her work, and then we'll see who else is going to turn up today. I think a lot of people are having exams, so the Kapo and John are not able to join us, and also I think the new stewards from Dangkalan also are not able to join us. So I'm not sure where the Malaysian youth stewards are, but Ejin is with us and she's just finishing something. Okay, so let's see where everybody is. But everybody has finished their homework. It's not really homework, it's actually work. Huh? Work task. We have to come and find out some names for it, but so Ellen is documenting the reflection on about meetings. So I said there's business development meetings, there is L&D meetings, learning and development meetings. This is a project work meeting. Okay. Yeah, maybe we call it project work. Huh? Yeah, so and then this one is 5 Thursdays to Cambridge. And you remember I was having a work tracker here before? See, when you have project work, it's very important because you're working as a team. Okay, so this is the summer school project, and we have framed 5 meetings, Alan? 5 work meetings. And then we have framed our work plan and our work schedule. Okay, so like today now is version 2. Today is April 28, 29. Okay, and it's still me. Okay, at some stage, somebody else will take over this documenting process. Okay, of our work plan and work schedule. Look at these meetings here. April 29. So once it's all set up, it's very easy to record, right? So I'll have one of you take over this part and do it. Tasha, do you feel comfortable doing this part yet, or you still want me to do it for now? Your audio is not on, Tasha.
I can do it.
You can do it, huh? Okay, so you make a note of who was in attendance and who was absent with apologies for the first meeting, and then also same thing now. Then later, I can pop this document in the Google Drive, and then you can go onto it and download it, and then you put your name here and say recording this. Okay? So
yeah, but I need the list of names for people.
You have to go and look at the videos, and then you have to work with Ejin and Nika regarding everybody's names, and they've all been sent to the Bilberries Blue account.
Okay.
You need to get back into your Bilberries Blue account. You have to write to Auntie Li Ping or text her. Do you have her phone number? If not, I'm going to send you her phone number. Miss Li Ping, you have to write to Miss Li Ping. Because you're not reading your Bilberries Blue account, right? Email.
Yeah.
You need to get back onto it, okay?
All right.
So Miss Li Ping is the one that is handling the emails. Okay, I'm sending you her contact number now, and then later you follow up. Okay. because of COVID, we dropped off all the, I wasn't so attentive to it, but now we need to, okay? Oops, sorry, Natasha. So you cannot be having access to your, hang on. Sorry, I messed up something here. So the email is very important to check. What is this? The email is very important to check. Okay, I cannot multitask. The email is very important to check, and the WhatsApp is very important. Hi, Ejin. Who are coming? Okay, maybe we will do this one session first. Okay, so this is a. So I'm going to use initials. Okay. Ejin, your name is
TE.
TE
Yes.
only, yeah? Anybody else coming?
I don't think so. Maravik messaged me. She said she's having a quiz at this time.
Okay, so one of the things they have to do is they have to start assigning this. I forgot time here. Okay, so you see here, if they miss too many of the sessions, right? There's no point them saying they're part of the team anymore. You know what I mean? There's too much to catch up, and then we won't be able to record that they're part of the team anymore. Okay, so when people put up their hands and all that for things, they have to commit to it. Otherwise, it's meaningless, right? There's no point. The whole thing about Bilberries Blue work is completely experiential, you know, and the work has to chug along. Okay, but having said that, a lot of people have done work offline because of the task that they've agreed. The work pieces that they've agreed to participate in. So that's very good. So I launched right into this schedule because this is a work meeting, a project work meeting, okay? So maybe we will just do, make it very clear, okay? This is a project meeting like this, because we also have business development meetings. We also have L&D meetings. I think the youth stewardship program is seen more like an L&D meeting. The style is different. You know, it's less task and outcome oriented. It's more personal fulfillment. Business development meetings, I think, will be very much like what we're doing for the open studios. So Tasha and Ellen have been able to enjoy that. But later, as it goes on, I would also like to expose the youth stewards to these kind of meetings. They are also very dialogues based, but they are actually problem solving, I guess collaborative profit sharing. Okay, it does have an economic outcome to it for the business development meetings. Although we've done something very interesting, like from BB Studios into BB LightHouses. So we've been very, very successful in getting the interest of the business and community leaders. So let me just, and these are all pieces. Huh? So this doesn't have the, maybe I put down here, so the link between this work plan so far and the work that we're doing on the Bilberries Blue studio transforming into BB LightHouses, that's a transformation, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So we put down here, right? So Ejin, at some stage, once it's all set up, after our BD rounds, we can then set up the interview slot for you to interview them. We've definitely got MOE, education. We've got higher education. Temasek Polytechnic is visiting. We've got the library. Okay.
Yes.
So that's I would say is community. Okay. It's a national library. They're sending librarians to the studio. It's really very exciting. And we've got Spectra Secondary School, which is education. So that meets it. Higher education is and what they're very interested in is actually full inclusion, right? And they say special education needs, SEN. In Singapore, it's called that, okay? But where we're shifting them towards is the uniqueness, you know, and all your essays are really speaking about that. And it's very, very amazing. It's very refreshing to read it. It's all the essays are coming from the heart and all that. So Andromeda has 2 essays. I think she had, so we can only do this when they're present, where we can give feedback or input or review points even, you know. And the person who is going to be doing the essay guiding will be Saif. So we have to arrange for him to come, and where we can make sure that everybody is in one of these Thursdays. Then we can move the essay along, or through WhatsApp. We're moving the essays along, and Saif has actually given input to some of Andromeda's work on email. But I'm going to channel everybody to pop everything onto Google. So well done, Adrian, on setting up the Google Drive. And then now everybody in WhatsApp is also understanding it, right? And then we're starting to see the dialogues happening. So it's working. And but today we won't be able to do this. So you can see that when you are running a team, you have to be flexible. So people are in school now, but it could be that people are in other different work streams, in other projects, even if in an organization. So as a project manager, so Ajin, you're kind of playing that role right now, right? But I'm also supporting and scaffolding that, because I know that you have your schoolwork. Yeah. When are your exams?
My exams will be in July.
Okay, so you do need to put that as a priority. This one you just see as your maybe like a work shadow. I'm modeling it mainly. So as I model it, after that you can kind of pick it up once you're able to commit to that project management role. Now Natasha is going to jump in and start practicing, right, Tasha? On documenting this on this, at least this page. Okay, so where you track it is you're gonna have to put in here. Okay, April, today is 29. Okay, and then you can see that, oh, as it goes along, I find something is I forgot to put in some information. I will change the structure of the documentation template, essentially. Okay, but then Tasha, you can see that we'll need the information of everybody here. So Tasha, you try not to interrupt Ejin too much because she has schoolwork. So you have to get back into your email and look at the emails that we've sent, okay? And then figure out who is supposed to be on this team, and maybe we put a page here, project team here, okay? And similarly, what I do, okay, it gets very slow when you try and do things on the share screen, but it's still worthwhile to kind of, this is the only way I can teach it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opinion, I'm not sure if it's intentional, but I think you're not on the Google Sheets.
Huh? You're not seeing anything while I'm talking?
Yeah, on the Google Drive, it's not changing.
No, you're not supposed to be seeing that. Oh no, I've been showing you how to. Okay, thanks for prompting me. Now all of you have to do that kind of prompting, okay? Where are you? Why were you on Google? Okay, what are you seeing now? Are you seeing this Excel spreadsheet?
Yes, I'm seeing the Excel spreadsheet, but
Project
I
team?
think it's not the spreadsheet that's on the drive. So the changes you made here, it's not reflected on the drive.
Later, no, what I do is I do offline and then I upload a different version.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
yeah. So what I do is I then save this. Okay, so you were seeing stuff. You were seeing stuff.
I was.
Okay, so I teach you all this because when you go into due diligence, legal and stuff, right? You and sharing files and then sending files to lawyers, accountants, blah blah blah, right? You have to really keep track of documentation like that. Okay, so first you save it as a different file. Okay, Tasha, you can see every time you touch a document that is shared, you save it. I know those people do collaborative and stuff. We've tried it. We've had disasters as well, but I prefer it like this. Okay, I'll go back to very old-fashioned way. It's good to learn the old-fashioned way. Then after you can design the app and then you go port straight to the app. Okay, but if you don't know this old-fashioned way, it will be disaster when you start using an app because the logic of it is not deep wired, and then you won't know how to create something to modify the so it's basically collaborative work and project management tools. Okay, so what I'm teaching you is this, and then of course some people have published it and then people are just following templates. That's not good actually. For our program, we want to bring you all to first principles. Okay, and that's why we're also recording it. So you can see there was no version 1. Today is version 1 because I forgot to put in the theme. Okay, so you got to put in, I'll let you have a crack. Tasha, I'll let you have a crack at finishing this schedule. Okay, Tasha? Okay, I won't put too much in here. It's just this is your schedule to fill up. Okay? So now let's go back here a little bit. Natasha, personal atelier. Okay. Your next one will be project team and meetings schedule. What do you want to call it?
So,
Template?
wait. So I'm supposed to state down who's
You're
not
supposed
attending the meeting.
to log down who is in this project team. Okay.
Yeah.
Later you will download this file and you will put in here. Okay. Who is in this project team? But first you got to get your email back on. Okay. Then you find out from the project team. If you're not sure, you can text Ejin on the WhatsApp channel. She can guide you where you can find the information. Okay, then you can write it all down. And then after that, you got to decide from the first meeting and the second meeting who was present, who was in attendance, and who were the ones who were absent with apologies. Okay.
So that's why.
Yeah, this is essentially in the old world what we call what do we call this? Yeah, we I've forgotten already. We used to have agenda and we used to have minutes. Yeah, minutes to meetings. Okay, but I have simplified everything, but still good enough that this can formally go into. You see, what you want is when you're doing work for yourself or for the organization or for the clients is that you got to have enough documentation to be able to be legally defensible. So it's great that Ajin is here because she's reading law right now, right? So you have to demonstrate that you have done. So this is like a record of work done, okay? That you've done the work, but you don't want to have the very old-fashioned way of documenting minutes where every single thing that everybody said is documented. Then after that, that doesn't work for you during a legal case. Nor also does it work for productivity and efficiency. Okay. So what we have done, very bravely done, is we say we're going to record everything on Zoom and we're not even editing it. Okay. So the Zoom recording is really our record of work done. So if somebody were to say, okay, I'm going to engage you now formally in on a contract to conduct a youth, to train my youth or train you, or to train my 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 first year associates, for example. Okay, then we will do something like that, right? In the training program, I'm going to start everybody from base, right? And say, okay, our training program is not rolling out a template, right? It's teaching the thinking of how you work in teams. Then we will have to record it, you know. Then the client have to be very comfortable to say, okay, I like this. There's the team is very I don't have any exposure about my confidentiality of information, etc. And we could record it, and it could be private, and we can put it in their L&D training, for training videos. So we can record many videos. Some are for training reasons, some are for promotional reasons. You know, some could be for education reasons. That means it's for the community. It can go under creative license. So there are many things that, although it looks like we're doing the same thing, but in the commercial world, it serves different needs, serves different purposes. So for Bilberries Blue, we're sticking in the commercial world because we are going to bring all this goodness into creating markets, right? We're the market stewards. So it's very important that we still stick into a commercial framework, you know. And then our commercial framework is, we will put it all very transparent, and we will have an equitable distribution of the project. So that's why the project ring fencing, it's very important. Who's in the team? How much time have they spent? What were they doing? You know, and by recording it, it saves us time from having to document every single thing down. People who were absent can also go back and look at the recording. Okay. So far, we are making our recording public, but where there are projects where it's confidential information, then we can make the recording private. But if it's even more confidential than that, then we say we cannot have recording. And then we will have to learn how to document things very lightly, but yet effectively. Okay, and that's why there is the work plan, and then there is the project scope here, which is nothing right now. Okay. Okay. So at least we have a work plan. So supposing if we were to go and do this project for somebody else, and somebody had commissioned us, then we have to say, okay, this is how much we would need to charge for this work. So you can see a lot of the work can start being commercialized, and you start being a sustainable entrepreneur this way. But if you are unable to scope your work, nor be able to delegate it or share the work amongst the project team, then the project team is actually, the project and the project team is very ineffective. Okay. But because now we're kind of, I suppose these 5 Thursdays to Cambridge, I would say it's more like maybe I had wanted to move it very much into work mobilization, but perhaps it has more of a work training component. It's not so much yeah, in the workplace, I suppose if you're new, you can be an intern, or you can join like a work training program, right? While preparing for the new recruits to actually be mobilized into the work, you know. So maybe we have a part of the component of this. But again, Bilberries Blue is very different. We actually want the dynamism. We don't want people to go into the mindset of, I'm a trainee, and then therefore, you know, we want you all to go straight in entrepreneurism. But I'm just saying that we still at the same time need to be able to converse with the marketplace. And this is what the marketplace does with people development. Okay. For us, our work with people development is very deep, but it's very experiential as well. It's real time. Okay. So like Ellen and Natasha are already with the business and community leaders. And then later, Ejin, we will set you up to start doing the work already here. Okay? So on the transformation, Ejin, what we're tracking is BB Studios into BB Lighthouses. It's a spatial transformation. But it's not just spatial, it's a social, ecological, spatial, cultural, right? Transformation is so the closest person to talk about this is pattern language or generative code. You reference Christopher Alexander. Okay. You don't need to write it all down by next week, but eventually after you've understood, you're able to write it.
Okay.
Okay. So when pieces of work are assigned, you don't have to feel like it's an outcome thing yet. Unless I tell you, okay, we need this by tomorrow. Okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some pieces of work require observing a lot more first, but you know that that's on your plate and you will be the one to summarize it at the end of the day. Okay? And it could be in any format. Okay? And that's the deliverable that's on your plate. Good. So Andromeda can't be with us. She had written 2 essays. One is Rivers of Life. I can't remember what's the other one, but we can fill this up. Okay. John has written a paragraph. Capo has written it's more than a paragraph. He has written an essay. Okay. Tasha and so you can see there's a pattern. Okay, what you want to do is you have an idea, then you don't know what people are going to come back with, right? What they're going to create. Then when they create, you got to kind of see where is the pattern. So now we have a lot of essays, right? What was the name of your essay, Ejin?
I just called it transformation.
Okay, good. You can retitle it if you want, but I will arrange for Saif to basically give further inputs or guidance. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it could be better.
Well, everything can be deepened. Steward's inputs, maybe we put down here. Okay. So essay guidance. Okay. So you can see how accomplished I am at creating work for other people to do. Well, entrepreneurship is about creating good work, you know. So as long as you can create work and it builds things and it deepens things and it contributes to society, then what am I supposed to do? I cannot remember. I don't really have anything to do. Haha. Okay. I guess I'm kind of coaching on all this. So John has finished. Status, I would say here. So maybe there's no open or close. Maybe we put in one more status. What do you want to call it? Review. First review. So we used to have review notes, right? And we cannot close the review notes until it's satisfactory sign off, okay, by the person performing the work and by the supervisor. Okay. In audit, we even have to sign off on the work. We even have concurring partners. Okay. So some work may have 2 sign-offs. So I would say it's up for review number 1. Okay. Okay. So once I put review number 1, then I will put down the name, Saif. Okay. So we'll track it like that. Okay. So then it's on maybe, yeah. So we have to find out a timing with Saif, Jin, you will be the one controlling all this because I cannot remember a lot of things, and you seem very good at it. So you just do it quickly on WhatsApp to see when we can do an essay review. Okay, we just do one review lah. Okay.
Should it be on one of the Thursdays?
Yeah, it will have to be on one of the Thursdays. Yeah, but it's just that Saif's timing. Okay, Saif is always very committed to the youth stewardship Thursdays. So maybe we can do that on the youth stewardship Thursday. Maybe let's do that, then more people will benefit from it. Okay. Okay, yeah, so sure. Essay review. Then you need 2 reviews, right? Because he gives 1 review, then he'll have to reread. Okay, so essay review number 1. What Thursday is that? Which date? Thursday session. I think the youth Thursdays. If
I'm not wrong, it's.
I think it's the 20th.
May 20th, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it's a bit. We have to move out already, by then. Maybe it's okay. I think for the essays, it's okay because what we want to aim to get the essays to is at a publishable level, and Saif is already thinking of an anthology of essays. Okay, so once we get to a publishable level, because TJC students also wrote essays, we can actually publish a small anthology of our own. Then we can use that. We can create another project about the publication of the essays. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. Actually, it's a book publication process for the next one, for the essay. So then you can see we're creating a product already, right? Although I don't tell it to you all at the start. Although sometimes we may not, because once you think of a product, you will write it wrongly. You will write it to try and fit the market. It's what we want to do is you create it first, and then you see how you shape it. It's more interesting that way. It's more authentic anyway in serving the needs of the community and the market. So I think maybe it's a session maybe number 4, and it's May 20th. Okay, so once you put it here, people who are not available to join the meeting, they can read this, and this becomes like meeting minutes. Okay, and then we used to write minutes for people who are absent with apologies, and then they can come in and see, look at, now of course we have the recording, they can also sit through the recording, but then they can also look at, they just look at their name and they see what is it that they need to fill up. Okay, so Alan, you also have an essay, right? What is your essay about, Alan?
I think my essay was on meeting.
Yeah, your essay was on meetings. Okay, you can give it a title too eventually. Okay, but for now you can call it meetings. Natasha has essay and PowerPoint slide. Okay. I think we were doing business development. Okay.
And I just received text from Andromeda saying that she and Nika can't join.
Yeah, they've already told me as well.
I think that's I think they meant that they want to join but they can't.
Okay.
Reason the meeting is not popping up.
Huh?
Or are they in the waiting room? Oh, they are in the waiting room.
Okay. Yeah, can you let them in, please? Okay. Yeah, because I forgot to make your co-host. Are they in? Oh, wonderful.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm going to make it like this, okay? This will be very interesting. Okay, SIVE is essay guidance. I will do business development, okay? And essentially, it's the BB Studios visits. So I've created essentially the itinerary, the invites and the itinerary, okay? Hello, Nika.
Hello.
And Andromeda. Hi, I'm so glad you could join us today. Wonderful. To all your good work as well. We're going through this, documenting all our work and how and why we do it. Okay, so you can see that our business development process was to create the BB Studios visits. We've been very successful. If you look at it, we've recorded it as well under Bilberries Blue Open Studios. And we've got the library, the National Library. They've done one visit and they're sending more librarians to document the studio as well as see where the books can go. So our vision, our dream is transforming, is in the process. We've got Temasek Polytechnic, the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Department, okay? And we are hoping that they can be our home base. Are you excited? As our BB lighthouses, okay? So the journey of that business development, the skill is, of course, you have to have something that fits the needs of everybody in wanting to build this BB lighthouses together. So the library, because of our resources, our library books and the equipment, and also because we have full inclusion. We have the full inclusion knowledge and skills. Not everything, but enough to be that the library feels and we feel we can contribute to community through the library ecosystem. Temasek Polytechnic, because of the innovation and entrepreneurship and also their special needs education, part of the Temasek Polytechnic, and they have another thing called TP Makerspace. I could be wrong, but this is next Tuesday. Okay, so it's all about innovation and entrepreneurism there. Then the Ministry of Education is also sending somebody to have a look at what we've done. Let's see if we're suitable to be able. And there is another school, Spectra Secondary School, that they are also very interested to see how they're kind of more vocational centric in their curriculum. To see how the way we do entrepreneurism is able to fit into their pedagogy and their curriculum. Okay, so in the co-hosting with Natasha and Ellen, they have prepared their presentations. So we've recorded that as well, and now they're deepening and preparing the presentation. And Ellen and Tasha, you all need to do some more reflections, okay? Either through PowerPoint slide or through essays, okay? Or even through a drawing or writing or whatever, okay? And under this, Tasha has actually done cards as well. Okay, but I want you to deepen it even more. Okay, so this one is me. It's actually coming down to the three of us doing this BD together. We were trying the Zoom, it didn't quite work. We had a very nice session at the park. So what we're understanding is we're building this fully inclusive, social, ecological. Oh, Ajin, ecological is space already, yeah? So what is coming to me is that it's actually a co-working space. We're building it safe, COVID resilient, right? We have all the safe entry stuff and all that. Yeah, we're creating these opportunities, right? Maybe it's a marketplace even. Yeah, correct? Yes, that's our goal, right? Then if you can map it, then maybe you all can come over to Singapore first before you go over to Cambridge. Yeah, because by then we also will have the programs, right? Ellen and Tasha would be, I think this one will be more than 5 points. It's the apprenticeship program is very interesting for the business leaders. / lighthouse keepers. Okay. So you can see that some of the tools where people use it for contemporary art or edging your community projects, right? How we have changed it into business development is slightly different because it's going to go into basically creating programs. And the purpose of this Bilberries Blue is to create marketplaces. So we're creating commercial contracts, okay? Even though we use the word love, even though we are fully inclusive, and even though so because we have a framework called the economics of universal well-being, we can create very collaborative, and the metrics can be very transparent, and the pricing that we set, it can be tube pricing, tube structure. So that's why I say I want to demonstrate the empowerment of that. And we did that in the micro summit, and we had documented it. So for this one, you're first-hand experiencing how you transform one BB studio into many BB lighthouses. And it's going to be a commercial engagement with business and community organizations. Okay, you have a bit more clarity now? Now then comes the publications, right? The essays that have been written. Okay, so I love all the essays. Okay, now it's 2:45. I'm going to lie and I say we'll have 1 more hour since there are more of us here and it's very beneficial. Okay, the essay Gaizen process is going to be SIVE, and then later on we're going to do a book publication. Okay, let's do it ebook first. Okay, and if the library finds us beneficial, we may offer to co-publish it with them or with anybody. Okay, and then we can even do book launches and all that. Okay, once it's on E, we can put it on our e-commerce platform under Charcoal, and we can sell through that. Are you excited?
Yeah, it sounds like it started from a small idea, and then now the more that the meetings are going on, it's like it's transforming into something bigger.
Yeah, so that's why I said to Ejin, she's tracking the transformation. Then because each of you are tracking the different aspects or lenses or perspectives of the project, then that's where you can put it into the essay or just write. I put here 3, like if you want to write 5, just write 5, you know. It's write and track it and input into it. So this is the pedagogical documentation piece or the pedagogical process piece that Vashima has taught me. Okay, it took me a long time because I got so schooled in the old school, you know, but I'm seeing really the benefits of it. Oh, have they dropped off? Ah, they're still there. Eh, did Andromeda drop off, Nika? Okay, so Nika, we still haven't worked on the budget, but we hold off for now, okay? What you need to keep track of is being very cognizant about time and space and materials, okay? So
Okay.
we are tracking using this, and you can see I'm a very, very productive person. So I keep everything very lean. But at the same time, I do talk more than I normally would because, like we said, we are semi-training all of you into a deeper kind of training. Even the work training I'm doing is very different because most training spaces, they would have everything done and then people are just doing it as a template. I don't like that kind of training. I prefer this kind. But this kind may sound a bit naggy, but it's deeper. And once you get your first principles correct, once you get the templates, or you can design your templates and you can design your own apps, the productivity performance from a work perspective, not so much education, but work training perspective, I feel will go much higher. And the creativity and the innovation will be deeper. And I think the process is more enjoyable for the work team as well. So you can see the first meeting, second meeting. First meeting, wow, 3 hours is very, very open. You cannot see the shape. Second meeting, you can see it shaping already, okay? And then it goes on and goes on, and you'll get that satisfaction because it will materialize more and more. And then suddenly you're like, wow, you know, from an idea, you really can. And then you can see that many things between last week and this week, we didn't control it, right? We had an idea, we just put it out there, we invited people, they came, and they were the one who were contributing all the co-creation, you know. And then they introduced us to Temasek Polytechnic. So Mr. Colin Goh from the Rice Company Limited, you know, he listened, we got the recording down, we discussed what is our dreams, whatever, and then he thought about Temasek Polytechnic, and then he introduced, and they got interested, and then they are now coming to visit. The library, same thing, they visited one time, then now they say, yeah, we want to visit. And they're bringing a lot of librarians. It's like a whole day next Friday. Okay, and because the studio is very small, we can only accommodate maximum 8 people, and we have to kind of scatter everybody and make sure it's in a well ventilated place. They are actually rotating people through, you know. Huh? So in our BB Lighthouses, we are going to keep it all very small and intimate because COVID is a very funny virus. It just comes up when you least suspect it, and so we want to keep Natasha and Ellen primarily very, very safe. Okay, so this is kind of the parameters that we have ring fence around BB Lighthouse, and I think it'll be very good. It will keep the intimacy as well. So Felrose is not here for the sales and marketing today, but I don't think it's ready for that yet. So sales and marketing, pretty much if you've got something very concrete already, and then you just really want to go out and kind of shout it out, right? And then how you frame your narrative. So I think we're kind of more at business development, and the community and business leaders are seen as our potential community and business partners. When it's formalized, when the project is has the next level. That means when we start moving the BB Studio stuff into BB Lighthouses, we will have to start to write all the contractual agreements. The contractual agreements does not mean there's money straight away down the table and all that. It just means that it could be also profit sharing or collaborative sharing, whatever. But it has a contractual agreement between the partners. Okay? Or at least it's documented enough that there is basically a partnership relational to it. Because we can't enter a space without a partnership agreement anyway. Okay, so I'm going to put down here collaboration agreement. Okay, today I was actually talking to a very interesting legal platform, you know. They're called Zeagle. It was very interesting. They have a lot of templates in their library, and they tie up with another firm that offers legal advisory. So I might just sign on it so that we can practice with them. Then we get 2 hours of legal advice every month with all of you. Would y'all like that? Huh?
Definitely.
I think so. I think this used to
help me pass.
Yeah.
Also help me pass university.
Yeah. And you can see, you know, I think it'll be fun, huh? So now we've got contact with librarians, school leaderships, huh? Legal will be fun. We might get the airport interested. They have a foundation, Changi Airport, and they look at youth at risk. You know, you guys are not youth at risk. Actually, nobody is at youth at risk. So it's that's why some of this means these things we have to break it through. Let's say they're looking at youths, okay, and they can even go all the way down to 13-year-olds, which Spectra Secondary School is the right age group, 13 to 16, you know. So in our youth stewardship program, we spoke about how we can impact all these the communities, and some will say I'm the future educator and all that. And so to be the present educator, start program and like ECN's programs and all that, right? We can start rolling it out already, you know, when you all have the time. Now, I was also thinking about the summer school. One part initially we were talking about the youths, right? Youth stewards. Then we were talking about the stewards. When I was sharing the summer school with some of the mothers, right, with special with children who with different needs, and they may not be able to fit into the school system. They were very interested. So Bilberries Blue Summer School could actually have a component where we actually have children and family programs. Okay, so when we come to the programming later, we can have another input coming in, okay? I don't know how we're going to do that, but I'm seeing that the summer school programs, and we could actually be running the summer school every year. You know? Because even if, yeah, so that's kind of like my vision. I almost think that, and immediately also there's another contact in UK, and she said, oh, you can also come to our school because we have wheelchair access, you know. Then, right, Adrian, you asked why Cambridge? Maybe it's not just Cambridge. Maybe it could be anywhere that is able to host us, and we create the summer school, you know, that is fully inclusive, right? Andromeda, you're smiling. Can you tell me what's in your mind when I said all this?
I was thinking about the lessons we had last semester, because we tackled about students or learners with special needs. So I is I can incorporate some of ideas that I've learned through the class. So, and maybe I can share some ideas, insights about the topic and about the children with special needs.
Andromeda, what course are you doing right now?
I am taking Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in science.
Oh, wow. Bachelor of Secondary Education. Okay. Then I will need to have you interface with the Spectra Secondary School principal and Learning Support Unit, and also the Ministry of Education, the Divisional Director for Special Education. So they are the ones coming to visit, okay? Anybody else in here? Nika, what course are you doing?
I'm taking a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology.
Yours is Information Technology. Okay. In Temasek Polytechnic, I think the innovation and entrepreneurship department is tied up with Google. Okay, and we're very interested to see how we can put a lot of our the way we're not teaching entrepreneurism, we're doing entrepreneurism together, right? Onto a more accessible technology kind of platform. Frozen. Ellen, everybody's frozen.
Yeah, sure.
Huh? We kind of have to be very patient because, yeah, I still really want to fix everybody's bandwidth. I think if there's any priority that we need to be able to fix is to get all your bandwidths to be really, really good, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to go to Apple Store, Ellen. Okay, let's put it as a goal. Okay, all right, we will go and look for Google and Apple. Okay, because information technology is really, really not working for us. Where is Nika? Okay, information technology, information systems. Okay, we have put something here very bold here. We're gonna put down there Google. We go Apple first, and then I'm gonna put Google. Okay, we don't put any names yet. Okay, we need to find somebody to be able to help us fix our bandwidth so that our meetings can flow a bit smoother. Okay, Nika, in Dangkalan, is there anybody who would sponsor the Wi-Fi for all of you?
My mother, Annalisa.
She's going to sponsor?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, let's look for a corporate sponsor, okay?
Hello. Maybe there are some some people who will sponsor, but we don't know it yet. But Nika's mom, Auntie Annalisa Rebalo, she has a great connection with other people, and I think she can encourage some to sponsor some Wi-Fi
Okay, so maybe we'll write a proposal, shall we? You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? I think it's time Dangkalan has a BB Lighthouse. Maybe the context of it, the position to get the sponsorship for your IT is to set up a BB Lighthouse by the youth stewards of Dangkalan. What do you all think? Yeah. And then maybe we all can send you all some materials as well. Or at least you know what I mean? It's a way to kind of explain what we're doing a bit better, you know. Like I said, we don't want to fall into a place where we're seen as a charitable organization. Oh no, they've fallen off. Yeah, this Wi-Fi thing is flaking, okay? So for the first outcome of, okay, so cancel. Okay, BB Lighthouse, I told you all, I'm very good at creating jobs for people. Okay. Who wants to be in charge of this setup? Nika, you? Or all the youth stewards? Or do we need to have specific names? Huh? Pardon? John, Ejin. Where is Kapo? Okay. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Pengen.
You have to go.
I need to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Okay. No worries. Let's get I am going to start. Oh, you're not seeing anything while I was doing that just now. Okay. I'm going to take a quick picture of us, and then Ajin can go to finish her preparation. Wait, let me see. Okay, things are going really well. So I want us to dream a little bit more. I think operationally, it's just operational from now on. Okay, as in, if we've got Temasek Polytechnic, if we've got a library, and then we set another lighthouse in Dangkalan, that is quite solid grounding of the transformation already. What I want us to think deeper into is essentially what are the programs that we're going to create for the summer school, given that even the children and the families, and then the adolescents group and all that have indicated that there is a need for this full inclusion, socio-ecological kind of entrepreneurship learning, right? So then we have to take very concretely the 4 weeks that we've booked, or we're going to confirm the booking. Once we confirm booking, must pay money, okay? So that's why I want to make it very, very real. So once the lighthouses are set up, the youth stewardship program is steady anyway, okay? Then we got to decide then of the 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, how are we going to, what programs are we going to run, and what is the mix of people, and who's going to stay all 4 weeks, who's going to stay 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it's going to be very, very specific, okay? I think Ellen and Natasha have actually found passageway there already. One of the organizations, the Rice Company Limited is very committed that Ellen and Natasha's passageway to Cambridge is done. Okay, so we have to kind of decide who's going to stay for how long. Then after that, we tell the different people. So we're going to solve the funding problem bit by bit by bit by bit. But we will at least have a program in Singapore for 2 years that is also then linked to the youth stewards where they are via the lighthouses. And then after that, everybody goes to Cambridge for 4 weeks, depending on what role you are, between 1 week to 4 weeks. Okay, and then we will need to have the very specific names already. Okay, by the time we finish week 4, okay, because week 5 the money needs to come in already, because we will need to pay the booking fees. Okay. And the airlines, if we can book them early, maybe they can give us discounts. Okay, and if we can go under the Changi Foundation, maybe we can get some funding there. But but I want us to really have the full rigor of entrepreneurism. Okay, so we're not a charity. Don't ask your parents or anything. You got to have to go and engage the corporate world, write the proposals, get your rejections, renegotiate, stuff like that. Okay? Yeah. Okay, Ejin, you please, you may continue your studies. Do you have any comments about today's session, or what are your thoughts?
Not really. I think I learned quite a lot about the documentation parts and how to everything needs to be jotted down so that you can refer after this. And it'll be easier for people who are not here to refer as well.
Yeah.
And also you're showing to other people what we're doing. So that's really important. Yeah.
So for you, Ejin, the next part is Zegal, Zegal. I've already made contact with them. So
okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to match it to the courses that you're doing as well. Okay. All the best. See you next Thursday. Thank you for all the contribution and your hard work as well on WhatsApp and Google and everything.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the documentation. Okay. So Nika, Tasha, Ellen, Andromeda. So once I'm modeling this, the other projects where you need to be project leads, you will be able to also use this template and model and also modify the templates. Okay, so this is how you could get a very good handle on project management and the work. So we've now at item N already, okay, from just basically these few items. Okay, the essays have all come in, so which means we actually have publications. I love all the essays that y'all have written. They are so incredible. I can't tell you how incredible they are. Okay, and I'm sure all the other stewards feel the same way. And I think it'll be good if we can have a review session together with the other youth stewards. Okay, Ejin is going to kind of make sure Mr. Saif turns up on that session. Okay, then after that we will carry on to publication process. Ellen and Tasha have been wonderful hosts. Wonderful. Okay, you have really charmed everybody. Okay, with your amazing attentiveness and commitment to the work. They are very impressed, and definitely they love the apprenticeship program. So the next step really is to continue one more week of hosting. There's quite a lot of hosting that they're doing this whole week. Yeah, and we've got all the itinerary already. So they know what to do, and they're going to generate some more new content that they're going to present. So I won't have Tasha and Ellen present your work here today. Okay, you see, I've not asked you all to present your work. I've scheduled your essays to be presented for the youth stewardship time so that more can benefit from the review of it. Alan and Tasha, your work will basically be presented during the business development rounds of BB Open Studios.
Auntie Ping,
yeah.
Just to be sure, my Bilberry Blue, that email is what again, Tasha at Bilberry Blue, is it?
I think so, yeah. I will send you Miss Lee Ping's.
I know, if I'm gonna get back to that.
She will have to give you back your new password. Okay. So Miss Lee Ping is Miss Lim Lee Ping is Nika. She is our kind of like financial controller for Bilberries Blue. Okay. She's based in Malaysia. I will give you her name right now. I was trying to do it. I don't know why I couldn't do it. I'll send it to you later, Tasha. Okay, on your WhatsApp. So you will contact with Miss Lee Ping, and she will then give you back a new password, and then you have to log it on.
From my email.
Yeah, from my email. Ellen, your email, Bilberries Blue one, is active. And Ellen has been corresponding with me, so that's very good. Okay, and then Tasha, you have to make sure that your signature, your e-signature at the bottom there, you got to change it from sustainability intern. Ellen, yours also, huh? From sustainability intern to sustainability apprentice.
How do I know that?
That one you have to go back to the interns channel, and you go and ask Ben to help you with that.
Interns channel.
On the WhatsApp, because you're transitioning from being an intern. Yeah. So you're still staying. But you will still stay there because you're part of the interns alumni.
Okay.
So Andromeda, you can see, right? And Nika, you will always be part of the youth stewardship alumni.
Okay.
So next time, even when people come on board and all that, okay? And then even if you create different programs, as you graduate from the youth stewardship program, we will create different programs, or you can even become our apprentice as well. You know? Yeah. So these are all the pathways that we're building. And then you see how fast we're going, right? There will be many but I think we won't, there might be just one more possible. I think everybody will have to be an apprentice first, you know. And I think we already have the youth stewardship program. Maybe only children and families stewardship program will be something that we will create that's new, but that's not really in your category unless you start having children, which maybe down the road you will join the family stewardship program. Hey, that might be a good idea. Huh? Shall we think of a family stewardship program, you think? Like right now, even from the summer school?
I think so. That would be great also.
Yeah, because for it will cover the children, isn't it? I think maybe one for adolescents and then one for youth, but I have to kind of have to talk to the school to figure out what they feel that there's a need. But I think family stewardship is missing, isn't it? So far, there's nobody offering that kind of thing. Yeah. So the summer school can actually address that, you know. One of the earlier works that Ellen's mom and I, Shiyun, were doing was quite a lot of family support services work, program development for that. And Himal, that you haven't met yet, primarily was really doing a lot of work on this. So instead of family support, we'll call it family stewardship. I think that's a bit better. So I'll talk to them and see, because there's one more organization that I need to link back to BB Open Studios, is really the SG Enable organization. we look at basically enabling the population, that to enable the population, primarily special needs. Yeah. I am also trying to get us out of this special needs reference, but for now, it is the bridge. Okay. So Ellen, can you share with us something about self-advocacy? Natasha, have you been in programs regarding self-advocacy?
Well, at least,
Around what?
Self-advocacy.
No?
Okay, so you haven't been familiar with that. Never mind. Let's hear from Ellen. What is self-advocacy?
I think self-advocacy means to listen to myself and also to be inclusive. I value you respect me, and I also advocate up purpose. And also you also take care of your family as well.
You take care of your family as well.
Yes, take care of your family.
And then what else?
Yeah.
You take care of yourself.
Yes, take care of myself.
Ellen, what do you think you should be writing on? An essay or a PowerPoint slide on self-advocacy?
I know to writing on PowerPoint and tablet, you know.
An essay? Both?
Yes, essay.
Okay, write both. Can you write something for us on self-advocacy?
Yes, sure, I can.
Yeah. So I'm going to put that on our log. Okay. Ellen is, where is Ellen's? Okay, meetings and self-advocacy. Okay, maybe I pull out a separate corner. So I think self-advocacy is really huge, right? Maybe, Ellen, the other thing to think about it is personal stewardship. Huh?
Well,
maybe self-advocacy and personal stewardship. Self-advocacy came from like people needing to advocate for themselves. But I feel that Bilberries Blue, we are very empowered. We don't need to do those advocacy stuff. I don't know. To me, this is not like this is just work we're contributing already, you know. So I prefer to shift the position to being personal stewards, and then your youth stewards as well, right? In effect, everybody is a self-advocate, isn't it? But I do like to hear from you, Ellen, your perspective about that, because it's so you're so clear about it, you know.
Sure.
Natasha, maybe something from you too about personal stewardship or self-advocacy. Okay. Andromeda, if you feel like writing something about that, please go ahead, because you write in the flow. Nika?
Yes.
Yeah. Since you're in you're kind of like looking after the team, right? For the youth stewards and with Edgin. You write a piece too about stewardship. Personal stewardship and self-advocacy. Right on these two dynamics, you know. Doesn't have to be very long. Okay, it can be a paragraph like John's, it can be, but whatever, to the extent that you feel that I got it out. Okay, what you want to see, we're going to see these essays, right? Of course, we can publish it as a book, but they are also basically, like you said, Andromeda, it's like a, you use the metaphor of a fabric, mosaic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so every contribution and insight from every one of us is like a tile, right? So Andromeda, can you elaborate a little bit on your mosaic vision?
Okay, so I have read something about the beautiful mosaic earlier this morning. So I thought of incorporating that into diversity, because mosaic is something like different patterns, different sizes of things that you put together to form an art. So mosaic, and in my own perspective, it represents or it symbolizes us as all with different colors, different races, different patterns, and different sizes, that if we come together and if we unite together, we will be a beautiful masterpiece, because we have our own unique style, own unique personality and identity, and that altogether it will comprise, or it will build a great masterpiece.
I like that. I like that. It's very, very nice. It's very easy.
you.
It's very easy for us to then see this as we're doing this community artwork as well, right? This masterpiece, right? And then each of us being unique, and then each of our work being unique, you know? So, well, we organize it into Excel spreadsheets and essays. Art also can be another way, right? And Nika, in your info tag, when you present it, say on the website, and then when you work with Felrose on the sales and marketing piece, right? You can take this idea, and all our different pieces can really be put up in the social media too, if you think about it, right? And the quotations from everybody doesn't have to be the full essay. We will still publish the essays, then it has the integrity of essays, chapters, and anthology and stuff like that, right? But then we can also take pieces and marry with the art, right? So Tasha, as we're going through this process, right, start drawing, start bringing into your clay artwork, okay? Tasha at the Open Studios is actually also doing a traveling art exhibition, you know? Okay, so Nika, you take all these ideas, although the money side hasn't come in yet, you take all these ideas, yeah, and you put it, you think, how can you put it in how can you enable it? How can you write apps about it? Okay, so that's kind of where you will deepen your skills and your talent, okay? And then you got to start talking to Felrose, okay? How do I put it on the social media? Is it Instagram? Bilberries Blue already has a Facebook, okay? So Facebook has this, we're just publishing news, right? And then on YouTube, I'm publishing basically like a Netflix, right? Episode to episode to episode. You know, at some stage, even if we put a summary of our recording, it's just a video, right? But can it achieve like a masterpiece? So this is the thing. Can you use the existing tools, right? And achieve a real masterpiece that really stands out. Now, if you have information tag, yeah, you can code. You can really write something, right? That has a generative code. Okay, that is really like my dream, you know. From understanding Christopher Alexander's pattern language and understanding from architecturally and developmentally the generative code, how do you then write it? Okay, and the answer won't come straight away. And the answer can't come from any of us who are not in touch with the codes. Yeah, well, we can use existing tools like Insta and all that, and then we can play around with it. There's the farthest you can go already. There's only so much you can go, unless you're writing it. Yeah, you're writing it and you're coding it. So that will create a different kind of thing. So taking all the inputs that you've seen from everybody, and then deep thinking about it, and then as you see the commercial world, how does it work? You know, and you see families, and you see societies, and you see communities, then you're gonna ask yourself, what is BB Lighthouse supposed to look like as an AI, for example? Supposing you have a lighthouse keeper who is an AI, how would you write the algorithm for the AI as a lighthouse keeper? Is it fun? You don't have to write it by next week, okay? I'm just saying, this is taking, okay, so, okay, I'm back to this, right? Ellen, you're going to write an essay and PowerPoint, okay? Okay, all, whoever wants to write here, okay? What is the, okay, can you give me a query that we all can write? Okay. Okay, I just put here essay or PowerPoint slide. Okay, like that. In terms of the art, think of mosaic, think of algorithm. Code something, I don't know. Okay. Andromeda, help me out here again. How should I document this?
Say
Like this?
Community master.
Mosaic of unity. Andromeda, you had the river of life, right? River of life. Remember? Can you make us, can you help us all visualize this river of life? Okay. Situate our lighthouses. Okay. So maybe you have to think of the Dangkalan lighthouse, the Dangkalan baby lighthouse. How would you start this process going? You see how I do the business program, business development. I put it here as programs. Okay. We had it as executives. We had it as youths first. Okay. Then we are now looking at family. Yeah? Do you like this? Youths, executives, family, schools? Yeah? We partner with the schools.
Yes, yes.
Huh? Better, right? So we call all this stewardship. Do you like this? Maybe instead of executives, we call it market? No. Should we keep it as executives or should we change it to market stewardship? Okay, we'll keep it like this for now. Okay? So you can see that the framing is tighter and we have 4 weeks anyway. Okay? We have 4 weeks, so we have ding, 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 like that. Everything is about market stewardship, right? So the people that we're targeting is actually executives, isn't it? Yeah. I'll talk to the other stewards and other youth stewards, what they think. Okay, so then this one will be at the library. This one will be at Temasek. Okay, this one will involve Peg, Natasha Lee, and Ellen Chai. Okay, Tasha and Ellen, after we complete the hosting, we're going to have to set up the lighthouses. Okay?
Okay.
And Tasha and Ellen have their work schedule under the apprenticeship program going. Okay? Later on, you start presenting that as well. But I won't ask you to present today. Okay? Then on the IT side, Tasha and Ellen, we need to go to Apple Store.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we need to contact with Google to see what they can do with us. Okay?
Okay.
We're not a charity. We're looking for program partners here or business partners. Okay? Guys, are you all interested for us as Bilberries Blue to be business partners with Apple and Google?
Confirm.
Confirm? Yes. So if we have this vision, then we must make it happen. Okay?
Okay.
Can you all see? Andromeda, what do you feel? Excited?
It's 3 p.m.
Huh? Oh, cannot hear, cannot hear.
Something went wrong.
Can you hear? Andromeda cannot hear you. Cannot hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I was about to ask about the BB Lighthouse, and I am concerned about what is it about, what we will do, and about the lighthouse keeper.
Yeah.
So
you wait for that. Wait for the after we have a bit clearer on the studios first and what we're hearing, and then wait for the first lighthouse to be set up in Singapore first. It all have to be done by May 22nd anyway, you know. But for the Dangkalan one, it can wait because it clearly will have to involve the other youth stewards, and it has to be at a timing where all of you are pretty much on holiday. You know, then you can work at it. But you can do the planning, you can do the thinking, and all these ideas that are coming up, right? And because both of you are in this session together, you get more in-depth understanding of what it needs to be. That's why this organizing committee, this Bilberries Blue Summer School, is smaller than just the big youth stewards. Okay, and because your turn up, you get even deeper insight about it. You know, so that's how it works, right?
Thank you.
I like the rivers of life very, very much. It really goes with the lighthouse. Yeah, so you can kind of think, you know, and you don't need for it to look like something that's a lighthouse that is in the library or in Singapore or anywhere. I think what you need to do is you can think, what can Dangkalan do for Philippines, for example? Or maybe start with the village first, or the town, or the region, you know? Start thinking like that. And then, what can your lighthouse look like? You know, what resource do you have? What resources can we send over, let's say, or exchange? You know? Yeah, you understand how it is? You know, you can assemble a traveling exhibit and send it to Kenya. Kenya can assemble a traveling exhibit and send it to Dangkalan, for example, or Hong Kong. Yeah, I'm liking this. I mean, we're creating as we go, right? So that's why the density and the richness of the diversity needs to interact, and it needs to emerge, right? It cannot be something that we already foresee. It's not exciting. It needs to reveal itself to us, like a real masterpiece. But I think having that vision and the goal of ourselves being an art masterpiece, I think it's just wonderful. Like to me, I'm like, oh, today I'm inside an art masterpiece. I already feel good, you know. Yeah. So when it comes to the light, yeah, go on, tell me.
I am so happy that, like, at first I was hesitant to do the analogy because I don't think that it connects, but somehow I am happy that you liked it. And I'm happy that I wrote it.
It's beautiful. It's coming from the heart. It's beautiful. You really have a gift. You really have a gift, Andromeda. So, yeah, and all of us do too. But each of us sometimes have even gifts in particular direction, and we need to figure what is it, the purpose that it is intended to serve, right? And once you have that, it comes out even more, you know, or it deepens even more. So I'm curious to see it when it's in text. How does it look like in life? So now you have to think, I've got this vision already in an image, right? And it's in text. So how does that look like in a 3D and interacting with people and interacting with nature? So Alan is very strong, Alan, in your advocacy, your self-advocacy, Alan. Okay, so you got to write that down. You're very clear, you know. Yeah. If anybody gets lost, you just have to go to Alan's department. You know, all of us can get very lost in life, right? But you just have to go to Alan because he's the happiest man in the world. Because he has this yeah, you have this self-advocacy rules. Alan, quickly write them down, okay, to share with the world. Especially in COVID, a lot of people are getting, you know, disheartened and all that. So, Alan, you need to contribute your happiness into the world, and your happiness comes from your self-advocacy steps, okay? So, quickly write that down. Tasha, yours is visual. Your card comes very easy for you. Very easy. You gotta draw more and paint more, okay? You can put it into your work schedule, okay? And you're very proper, Tasha. Like, if you want to go to a grooming school, you must go to Tasha. She's very proper, you know. When she comes for work and as a host, she's dressed so finely. She's so beautiful, you know, Tasha. Yeah. And then Tasha works with little children, so she really, it's like, it's all about manners. Tasha is very, you know, so she hosts. So Tasha, can you write something about that as well in your personal stewardship reflection about how you hold yourself? And Tasha is very comfortable by being on her own, I've noticed. Yeah. So you write about that as well. How do you are able to hold yourself, you know, even though if people are not relating to you just yet? I've seen that as a strength. Maybe you're on your own, and then you don't need to do things that call attention to you, you know. You're very comfortable. Okay. And Andromeda, your piece and insight about being beautiful. Okay? As a person. I think pull that out as well. Okay? Yeah. So Nika, I need to hear more about you and your insights. So perhaps I keep yours very open, your personal stewardship reflection. Just do it something very small. Doesn't have to be linked to IT and all that, okay? But I think you're really digesting a lot of stuff today. I can see it. You just write a response to today's meeting, okay? But make sure it all comes from the heart. You know, like all the rest of the other essays, they're all coming from the heart. Just put it down, bang. Don't care what it is about. You can title it whatever you want later. But just put it down. What is really moving you about our sessions? 2 sessions so far. Okay. What's moved you? What's really moving you? And let's see what's your insight. Okay. So now that I'm getting clarity of Andromeda, John, Capo, you know, yeah. Okay, Alan has to go and dance. All right. So, so we're going to have lots of fun. I'm going to also have to close because I have another meeting I have to prepare for. And I'm also trying to keep these meetings a bit shorter. But I think these kind of 2-hour windows, it seems to be necessary. Okay, maybe as we go on along, we will get to a 1-hour window. But as we're still framing and creating the innovation, it feels like it still needs that deliberation time. So Nika, you just free-form writing, okay? On anything that is moving your heart. Ellen, you go dancing now, and I'm going to close the session today. So thank you very much, everybody. Okay, I'll see you all next Thursday and see you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, see you next week.
Peace out. Bye.
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 Yeah.